Hello, wrestling fans, YouTubers, and to my subscribers, this is Hollywood Eric 86. Now, I know that this is the Fastlane rant that I had promised. I know it's 2 weeks late, and there's an explanation for that, as I had stated in my other interview before, which garnered some buzz. I had a special guest that was going to come on here, but due to him being a professional YouTuber and him being paid for it, his schedule couldn't become free on time, so I waited 2 weeks, and then finally I had finally got word today that he will come on my show, but that will be for the roadblock rant that I will have, because WWE is having a special event tomorrow night called WWE Roadblock. Now, I know it's 2 weeks late. The longest I've ever waited to do a rant. That's my fault. I'm sorry. And I know that a lot of matches are stuff that's either etched in stone or getting ready to happen for WrestleMania, and matches have happened for Roadblock. But if you bear with me, my special guest had already stated he will be on for my Roadblock rant. I don't know what day I'm going to do it, but whatever day I'm going to do it, he will be on for Roadblock to state, you know, his opinion on the Roadblock event. And for the main event of Fastlane, I will bring that up, as I had stated before, because the main event is the whole reason he was originally supposed to be on here. But due to him being a professional YouTuber, his schedule could not be freed up on time for the preceding 2 weeks. So I just went ahead today. I wanted to give you my take on the Fastlane pay-per-view and rant the day before Roadblock, because I'm going to have a rant for that, because my special guest has stated that if I was going to do a rant, I was going to do it. He would come on and rant with me, alongside me, for the Roadblock event. So I will have a Roadblock rant that will happen after the event. It could be the night of, or the day after. Don't know for sure yet, but I know it will happen. I will have that special guest on my show. I promise you guys. I apologize, though, that he is not here. He sends his apologies. He's gratefully and deeply sorry to all you YouTubers and subscribers and to the wrestling fans that watch my videos. He humbly sends his apologies. He is sorry his schedule couldn't be freed up on time, but he hopes to have free time to rant alongside me when the Roadblock, when my Roadblock rant happens. But on to Fastlane, so I can give you my opinion and my, you know, and what I think my state is at that point in time, leading into what's happening now, which I will get into a little bit later in a future video. Maybe for the Roadblock rant, I'll do a State of WWE address, my second one that I had done for TLC. But on to, you know, my Fastlane rant, as promised, minus my guest. Again, I'm sorry. It was a pre-show match. It was 2 out of 3 falls for the United States Championship. It was Kalisto versus Alberto Del Rio, which I thought was fucking stupid. Alberto already had his fucking rematch, and he lost when Kalisto got him. But I knew he was going to get another match. So, me thinking it's going to be on the Fastlane pay-per-view, you know, me thinking it's going to be on the Fastlane pay-per-view. No, it wasn't. They're stupid, and they fucking put it on the pre-show. I don't think that match deserved to be on the pre-show, because it's a United States Championship match. You don't put it on the pre-show, especially when it's 2 out of 3 falls, and the match was good. Like most 2 out of 3 fall matches are, because that's old school. That's mostly the 50s, 60s, 70s, you know, into the early 90s matches. Mostly what WCW/NWA had in the 80s and 90s and the 70s for world title matches. I mean, but they had that. Alberto proceeds, you know, to fight Kalisto outside the ring, and he hits Kalisto in the face with the steel chair. Or hits him with the steel chair. Gets himself disqualified. So Kalisto wins the first fall. But he proceeds to beat on Kalisto with the chair and on the outside of the ring. So when he gets back into the ring, Kalisto, of course, gets counted out. And Alberto ties up the second fall at 1. Well, so there will be a third fall. So they're tied at 1 fall apiece. So Kalisto and Alberto exchange high-impact moves all back and forth throughout the match. Even though I'm not a fan of Alberto, I never have been, never will be. The man's an athlete. He can wrestle, and I give him credit for him being a great Mexican wrestler, because he is. And Kalisto, I'm really super impressed with. Like I say, I have a friend of mine who teases cruiserweights, so I tease him back. But I'm a fan of cruiserweights. I like Kalisto. Kalisto's an amazing talent. Him and Sin Cara are an amazing talent, although we all know, myself, he's not the real Sin Cara, although I'll get into that on a future rant later on about a video, like I said, how Vince treats his actual talent. That'll be down the road soon. But anyway, all in all, the third fall was good. Kalisto goes for the Selena del Sol. Alberto tries to reverse it. Kalisto throws him into the corner with this high-impact move, which I thought was awesome. Fucking sick. Rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Your winner, and still United States champion, winning 2 falls to 1, Kalisto. So congratulations, Kalisto. I'm glad you're still the U.S. champ. I'm glad they're going to do some long-term plans with you for the belt as of for now. And I'm glad that they're finally seeing that some young stars can be champions instead of the repetitive same champions. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. On to the opening match, which was Team Bad, which now consists of Naomi and Tamina, taking on the Irish Lass Kicker and hopefully my future Irish wife, wink wink, Becky Lynch, taking on the boss and the boss, Sasha Banks, which would be my other future wife because, like I said, even though she is a black woman, that woman has got a body on her that will not quit. She is absolutely fucking gorgeous. I would marry Sasha Banks in a heartbeat. They are both beautiful. This match came about when Team Bad got tired of Sasha getting over. Sasha has been getting over with the fans since the moment she walked in last year on Raw. I think it was either June or July when they finally brought him up to the main roster. The fans have been behind her and have supported her. But when people deemed the Divas Revolution failing, Sasha still was getting higher and higher and higher cheers when she was in Team Bad as a heel. So after the incident at the Royal Rumble, which I'm going to get into here in a minute because it fucking pissed me off at where Sasha Banks was at in this match because it was stupid. But she finally, about a week or two after the Royal Rumble, she finally solidified herself as a face by calling herself the Beyonce of the group because Beyonce got more popular than the other people in Destiny's Child, taking a page out of that. So Team Bad finally attacked Sasha Banks during a match, or after a match, and solidified her face turn. Even though her and Becky Lynch are feuding still, they're not friends. They don't like each other, but they both hate Team Bad. They were tagging. So this match was made for the tag match. And the match, all in all, it was good. A lot of great moves in it. There was wrestling. Actual fucking wrestling. From all 4 members, including Naomi, who I'm very critical on because Naomi doesn't have much wrestling ability, even though she's married to an Uso. That's not really her fault because she was trained in wrestling, but she didn't really utilize it at the time because she was part of Brodus Clay's Funkadactyls. Cameron got more training when she went back down to NXT. So, I don't criticize Naomi that bad. Tamina, though, she's related to The Rock. She's the cousin of The Rock, and her dad is Superfly Jimmy Snuka, the true Hall of Famer. I don't care what WWE says. He's still a Hall of Famer because his name is still on the Hall of Fame wall, you idiots. But I also like the fact that Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks can wrestle. So, the match, all in all, it was phenomenal. I mean, there was a lot of great moves in it. All in all, the ending came when Sasha Banks applied the bank statement and Becky Lynch did disarmor on both Naomi and Tamina. They tap out simultaneously, so the winners of the match, Tamina is Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. Now, I stated earlier I was pissed off at this match. This match should not have happened because Sasha Banks at the Royal Rumble, like I had stated in my Royal Rumble rant, she should have been in the Divas title match. She solidified herself as the #1 contender when she made it known to Charlotte she was coming for her. But again, WWE deviates and predicates to certain fans, and I don't mean to criticize, to certain fans that I will get to here in a minute, because it is on here, ladies and gentlemen. They wanted to predicate to certain fans and deny Sasha Banks the right to fucking be in the Divas title match, instead putting her in this, what I think is meaningless feud. Who gives a shit if she's with Team Bad or not? If you wanted to make this match happen, you make it happen at Roadblock tomorrow night. But no, they made it at Fastlane and screwed Sasha Banks out of what I think is a legitimate title shot. She deserves to be in the main event. It deserves to be in the main event championship match for the Divas title. She proved herself in NXT as the champion and as the challenger, and having her matches. She proved herself in WWE since she started on the roster, and everybody's been cheering her. She's been getting the push ever since she debuted. So I think it was about time she got the title match. But more on the predication of the fans, you know, down the road for the upcoming Divas title match that's on the card. The next match to happen was for the Intercontinental Championship match, was between the man himself, KO, wrestling's worst nightmare, and Mr. Wrestling, Kevin Owens, my boy, taking on the show-off, Dolph Ziggler. Oh my God, Vince, really? You seriously want to continue this fucking rivalry? What more is there left to do? You're taking two guys whom you're shutting down every chance you get, because you shut Kevin Owens down every chance you got by making him job the Ambrose every single time, till he finally was able to win the Intercontinental title in a 5-way match, although I don't think he pinned Ambrose to win it. I think he pinned Tyler Breeze. Then you put him in this feud with Dolph Ziggler before that, and Ziggler's already eating shit. But what do you do to make Dolph Ziggler win? You make Dolph Ziggler cheat? Really? Oh my God. You make Dolph Ziggler cheat when Kevin Owens has proven time and time again that he has not cheated in a match. That he don't need to cheat to win decisively. Ask John Cena. Ask Ryback. Ask Sami Zayn. What happened? He beat Sami Zayn so bad they rendered him unconscious and he didn't have to continue. That's decisive in my view. Ask all the stars that he beat ahead of time to become an Intercontinental Champion. Then what do? You bury Owens to Dean Ambrose. When you finally give him the title back, you fucking still have him in this meaningless feud with Dolph Ziggler. Because you're going to let Ziggler continually eat shit. The man is a 4-time Intercontinental Champion already. And you've yet to put him back in the world title picture. Dolph Ziggler deserves to be in the main event for the world title against either Triple H or whomever the champion may be, which I have a prediction on who the fuck that's going to be. And now I see the light, and I fucking am sorry that I didn't see it sooner. Because I thought they wouldn't be stupid enough to do it again, but they are. And I'll get to that here in a minute and later on, down the road for this rant. But it was Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental title in a meaningless match in my view. And the match was good. Don't get me wrong. The match was good. Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens are both wrestlers. They wrestled. Great, phenomenal match. Could have been better? Hell yes, it could have been a lot better. If marketed right, that match would have been so much better. But in the end, Kevin Owens hits him with the pop-up powerbomb. 1, 2, 3, winner, and still your Intercontinental Champion, Mr. Wrestling himself, KO, and wrestling's worst nightmare, Kevin Owens. So, but like I said, that match was stupid, but as of what I saw last Monday night on Raw, they could put Owens in something that I will definitely pay money to see. Maybe WWE's turning a corner with who they put him up against. Because after what I seen Monday night on Raw, the roadblock rant and my State of WWE address on my Raw rants for the last couple of weeks with my special guest is going to be interesting enough because, like I said, this is 2 weeks. This happened 2 or 3 weeks ago, so stuff's already put in place. But I'm just going by if it didn't. So bear with me here. But Kevin Owens wins decisively in a match I thought was stupid because, again, I'm damned if I did and damned if I didn't. Because you're going to bury Dolph Ziggler regardless because Vince McMahon don't see him as a champion. But hopefully, if a change happens, wink, wink, and hint, hint, Dolph Ziggler will get that opportunity finally to be the world champion. Like he should have been the last time. But anyway, Owens wins, retains the title, and wins cleanly again, I might add, without cheating, Vince. Again. Wins clean. Wins clean. He wins clean every single time since he has debuted in the company. He has won clean. When are you going to see Owens in the main event? Seriously. When are you going to potentially see him in a main event picture. Better yet, Hunter, why don't you open your fucking eyes, stand up to your damn father-in-law, and tell him that NXT guys deserve to be in the main event and in a championship match just as much as the main roster guys or the veterans or the people he deems better than them are also. Because it's crap, is what it is. But that's my little deviated rant by Kevin Owens. Then on to this next match, a 6-man tag match between the Big Show, Ryback, and Kane, taking on the Wyatt family, which consisted of Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and Braun Strowman, which was fine, because that's the Wyatt family without Bray Wyatt. It was 3-on-3. I knew Wyatt wouldn't be part of the match. Oh my God, this was another meaningless fucking match. I mean, I thought it was predictable, because you got those guys taking up against the Wyatt family. But the Wyatt stated going into this event that they were going to take down all the giant titans. All the titans are the gods, as they put it, that had been here longer. Kane, I could understand. Big Show, I could let go. But Ryback, really? I mean, no disrespect to Ryback. I am a fan of Ryback. But Ryback's not that big of a giant titan, because Vince put him in the fucking ground, buried him, and has rendered him crap. He's had to work his way back up, but doing this shit didn't really work him back up. You want to go after somebody, you be smart enough and go after somebody that's not around, say like, you attack like Undertaker maybe, you know, and put the Brothers of Destruction or Big Show or whatever. But Ryback, the match didn't make any sense. And I predicted that the Wyatt family was going to win, you know, like always. No. The match, it was okay. It could have been better. It really wasn't all that good. I mean, you know, the fans have been chanting for Big Show to retire, which I think sometimes is a little harsh, but how Big Show is sometimes, I would agree on some occasions, but I think it's a little harsh. The fans shouldn't dictate who should retire or not. But then again, Vince McMahon likes to listen to likes to predicate to certain people who just don't get it. And I don't mean no disrespect to the fans out here that watch my videos, but that's my mentality. Vince predicates to people that think they know wrestling, but don't. But, you know, I can understand, you know, how they are. They're just tired of Big Show. Maybe he's gone stagnant. Maybe they just need to do something. Maybe he needs to go away for a while, but who knows? But other than that, you know, the match, it wasn't so good. No, it was not good at all. But in the end, in shocking fashion, Kane, Big Show, and Ryback win the match. I'm standing here fucking dumbfounded. Because what point does it make, really? I mean, and then, you know, Ryback actually gets the pinfall, which I thought was kind of cool. He hits the shell shock, which, by the way, was a shitty version. Apparently, Ryback forgot how to actually land with the damn thing, because I've watched the pay-per-view and that match over and over again. They called it the shell shock, but it really technically wasn't the shell shock that he does. But he hits it on Luke Harper. 1, 2, 3, Ryback, Kane, and the Big Show win. But, you know, it was a shocker, but it didn't feel right. I thought that, you know, there was something missing, you know, from it. But I'm glad they let Big Show, Kane, and Ryback win. But, of course, the following night on Raw pretty much summed up what was fucking stupid about it. Which, and I'll give this one away, was that there was a rematch the next night on Raw, and the Wyatt family won. So what was the point of them winning at Fastlane? What was the point of them winning that match if the Wyatt family was going to win? If you were going to have a rematch the next night, you let the Wyatt family win the first match, then you let them win on Raw when it means something. It totally nullifies what it means if you let the Wyatt family win the next night. It was stupid. That's like putting the Shield up against the Wyatt family, and then, you know, the Shield decimates the Wyatt family and wins, and then the next night they let the Wyatt family win in some great epic match, which totally nullifies, you know, the match before. It made the Shield look like it was a meaningless win. That's just an example, you know. It would be stupid. Because Ryback went and did exactly what I've been praying Vince to do for months. Put Ryback out of teams and let him wrestle by himself. So he abandons his team and the Wyatt family win. which I thought was cool because Vince finally listened. But again, Vince, you think I'm stupid. You're trying to catch me. You're trying to cover it up by letting the Wyatt family win, thinking the wrestling fans are going to be stupid and forget the night before. Oh my God, you are a fucking old-ass, senile old man. Thinking you can fool me. Or fool the real wrestling fans who see that. That would have worked the night before at Fastlane. It would have made fucking sense. That way Kane and Big Show could have got another partner, and then they could have won the next night on Raw. But no, you let them win, and then you turn Ryback into the heel, technically now, which I could care less because he's actually needs to be on his own. Because now he's on his tirade about people being in teams. Interesting concept. I wonder if they're going to let him run with this, or are they going to bury him again like they did the first time they turned him heel? And fed him to John Cena. Of course he did. Of course they feed him to John Cena. But they're going to have a new John Cena coming up. So Ryback will still die. I'll get to that in a minute because I'm sickened at myself for actually believing they could change. But anyway, back there, and then the next match for the Divas Championship. Charlotte, along with her father, the legendary, the only two-time Hall of Famer, and the only 16-time world champion, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, taking on Brie Bella. Oh boy, here we go again. Even in retirement, they're still predicating. Yes, wrestling fans, it's no secret now, even though it probably would have been a shock to some 2 weeks ago. Daniel Bryan, or who I refer to because of the predicated fan, because of the people they predicate to, Daniel Fuck Bryan, although I'm not meaning that disrespectful this time, sadly and tearfully announced his retirement 2 or 3 weeks before Fastlane due to nagging injuries. He says concussions. I believe there's more to it because Total Divas kind of reveals a little bit more than what they want you to believe. Because now they're trying to say Total Divas is staged. Fucking bullshit. You're just trying to cover your ass. So immediately, instead of acknowledging that Sasha Banks legitimately challenged herself as the #1 contender at the Royal Rumble, like you had stated before that, what do? You predicate to those Daniel Fuck Bryan fans, and I'm sorry for the ones that are Daniel Bryan fans but have the same mentality as me. They're the ones that predicate to the fans that believe he's still the be-all, end-all. You hand it to Brie Bella. Fuck you, Vince. You can't let that man retire in peace. Yeah, it proved my point to the Daniel Bryan fans who believe he was the be-all, end-all when he got injured every time he got a title. Yeah, I was one of the ones that was on the side of, I told you so. After the first debacle they had. Because I didn't approve of the fact they put him in WrestleMania 30 when they wouldn't even put him in the Royal Rumble. I thought it was crap that Batista didn't get the shot he originally earned. But that was them. So to give him the Intercontinental title, and immediately I predicted he'd get hurt. And it did happen. I felt bad after, but it proved my point. But I don't deny the fact that Daniel Bryan was a hell of a fucking wrestler and a great talent. I watched the man in Ring of Honor. I watched him when NXT was the TV show after they took that shitty-ass version of what they called ECW off of TV. Before it became NXT Wrestling. When it was that competition show. I saw him when he came on the WWE and he was just, a skinny, what they called a skinny little runt. I saw him during his feud with Michael Cole. The man was a talent. United States champion, World Heavyweight champion. Yes, he is WWE champion twice. And, 3 times. Because I counted with the World Heavyweight title that he won at WrestleMania 30. So the man deserved a proper retirement. But no, Vince, what do? You predicate to those fucking fans again, and you put Brie Bella in there, denying a woman who insinuated herself and is the rightful #1 contender in Sasha Banks. You stick her in that damn tag match. And as I'm speaking right now, a prediction for, WrestleMania, as I thought would happen, has happened already, although the other part hasn't happened, and I pray to God it doesn't. But I'll get to that here in a minute towards the end of my rant. But then, per Daniel Bryan's retirement, Charlotte runs her mouth about how Daniel Bryan, is now, she's the breadwinner and how Daniel Bryan can't wrestle no more and how she's going to support him and he's just a goat-faced loser or whatever. And she's the breadwinner and she's, you know, feels that crap and everything, and they insinuate her and put her into the Divas title picture. Make her the #1 contender and they make her strong. Oh my God. I know that Nikki Bella is 10 times the wrestler she is. Is she improving with her skills now? Yes, because they're not booing her now because Daniel Bryan's gone. She's still the only remnant linked to him. You still do your husband's moves. Stop doing it. You're not Daniel Bryan. Create another fucking repertoire. If you want to do his kicks, fine. But stop wrestling like your fucking husband. We've already seen it from Daniel Bryan. I'm not going to stand here and call him Daniel fuck Bryan because that's disrespectful to me because he retired. It was tearful, it was heartfelt, and it was sad. Because I was a fan of Daniel Bryan and the Yes Movement. But I was to a point until I realized that WWE was predicating to certain people who had this crazy notion that he was the be-all, end-all. That if it wasn't Daniel Bryan, they don't deserve it. Fuck you to those people. And fuck you to the fucking front office for believing that. Because we're reliving it with John Cena. And then we're going to live it again after WrestleMania, ain't we? I'll get to that down there in a minute. But all in all, the match with Charlotte and Brie Bella was good. Could have been so much fucking better. Because again, like I stated for the Royal Rumble rant, they're gradually taking away Charlotte's wrestling ability. You know, I don't mind her cheating like Ric Flair does because she's a Flair. That's going to happen. But damn it, don't take away her fucking wrestling ability. Because then it's going to be just, they're going to render her just like what Brie Bella is. Just like her dad by cheating. You can still cheat and fucking be a wrestler. Take a page out of Kevin Owens' book. He attacks people, runs his mouth, and sneak attacks people, but beats people decisively in the middle of the fucking ring cleanly. Take a page out of his book. Because it'll work wonders, people. Seriously, it'll work wonders. You won't believe the magic that can happen if you can still do that. But I saw that they made Brie Bella look stronger than Charlotte. Ugh. My God, Vince, really? You seriously are going to sit there and think that you could make Brie Bella stronger? No! She's not Nikki. Nikki Bella can wrestle 10 times better than Brie, like I said. But all in all, the match was good. It was fair. Brie, of course, used the last yes lock on Charlotte. Ric Flair gets on the apron, tries to get in the ring and stuff. Charlotte breaks it up and puts it into a half Boston Crab. But earlier in the match, Charlotte started working on Brie Bella's knee. Brie Bella's knee gives out, and whenever she gives out, Charlotte kicks her, hits her face off the second rope, puts her into figure eight. Brie Bella taps, the winner, and still your Divas champion, Charlotte. The match was good, and the match, all in all, could have been so much better. Because it was Charlotte, she can wrestle. Brie, even though she can put on a match sometimes. But the fact that she was making Brie look stronger and wrestle like Daniel Bryan just irritated the shit out of me. Did I think it was cool and sweet that they made her use the boots that he won at 30? Yeah. Although I still think it was crap that he won at 30. But the match was good, but it could have been so much fucking better. Come on, Vince. So far, the best matches on the card so far was the pre-show match and the fucking tag match, even though it wasn't that good. But now, ladies and gentlemen, on to the match of the fucking night. The match that stole the fucking show. And that was the rubber match, round 3, between Y2J Chris Jericho and the phenomenal one himself. That's right, fans, AJ Styles. My other boy. My favorite TNA wrestler of all time. The phenomenal one. And like I stated, in every match he has, the match was absolutely fucking phenomenal. It tore the fucking roof off. There was high spots out the ass, phenomenal wrestling from both sides by Jericho and by Styles. The match was the fucking showcase of the night. Like I knew it would be because it's AJ Styles. You put two guys of the caliber of Jericho and Styles in the ring, you get magic. That's how you do a fucking match, Vince. That's how you put stars together. Maybe Triple H is showing you something by bringing people in like that. like Shinsuke Nakamura is going to do on April 1st at NXT Dallas, like I stated in my other video. I can't wait to see his ass, because that man is one of the deadliest Japanese wrestlers I've seen in a while. But on to the match. The match was phenomenal, people. All over. High spots out the ass, high flying moves from Jericho and from Styles. And Styles, for the first time since his debut, used the Styles Clash. But what pissed me off was they made Jericho kick out. That was fucking stupid. No one kicks out of the Styles Clash. Mostly. In TNA, certain people got that opportunity. Not to say Jericho didn't, but not the first time he fucking hits it since he debuted. No. Let the man use it a few times, then you fucking kick out. That's how it works. But no, of course, they made Jericho kick out. Which, by the way, pisses me off, because if the rumors are true, that may be the only time we fucking see the Styles Clash. Fuck you, Vince. I'm going to get to that in a minute. And so Jericho kicks out. Jericho puts him in the walls of Jericho and the Lion Tamer, because there's two variations of it. Each time Styles reaches the ropes. Styles hits the Pele and the fucking flying forearm. Just fucking high spots out the ass, ladies and gentlemen. But in the end, Styles locks on the calf killer and holds it on there, and Jericho taps. So the winner of the match, via submission due to the calf killer, is the phenomenal AJ Styles. That was the match of the night. Styles made him tap and he wins. Which, everything's set in stone, as of Monday night. Like I stated, this is 2 weeks old, and I'm sorry for this rant that I'm doing now. But it led into something that I predicted was going to happen, of course, because, what else is Vince going to do? But, try to just had to turn somebody bad. But Vince is going to make AJ Styles, take away another fucking weapon that another TNA/NXT guy has. He took away Kevin Owens' package pile driver. Now, from what I've been hearing, even though AJ Styles said it's rumors, he may be banning and taking away the fucking Styles Clash. Because he heard Yoshitatsu, a shitty cruiserweight I might add, even though it is bad, broke his neck when AJ gave him the move because he landed wrong. Now, I'm not meaning to play devil's advocate here, but wasn't Samoa Joe's muscle buster the reason Tyson Kidd's career may be over? And yet, the last time I checked, he's still using that in NXT? So, how fair is that at the fact you take away the Styles Clash because somebody got their neck broken and I heard end his career in 2007 before he even wrestled in the WWE. And then I heard that Jericho lobbied for the move to be in. And yet you still don't let him use it. And then you take away Owens' package pile driver because you deem it too deadly because it's a pile driver. You're a hypocrite because for years you used the fucking pile driver with no concern for no one's health, really. And all of a sudden you're on this concussion movement. You're a senile old man likes to cover his fucking tracks and render wrestlers useless that you don't fucking make. It's another prime example, Vince, of you fucking taking away wrestlers' fucking weapons to make them less vicious. You took away Owens' package pile driver, but he got another devastating move in the fucking pop-up powerbomb. Wasn't it a version of the powerbomb that crippled Droz back in '99? Yet you still use variations of the powerbomb. Not to try to play devil's advocate to where that gets banned, because that'd be stupid, because that's an everyday move. But wasn't that the reason? Didn't you freaking still let people use the variation of the powerbomb? And why is it that Undertaker has the grandfathered end rule for him to use the tombstone if nobody else can use a pile driver? Not really fair, is it, Vince? But all in all, like I said, the match tore the fucking house down. Was the match of the night between AJ Styles and Jericho. It was awesome. And it led into something that I will get into for the roadblock rant, because I'm possibly going to do a State of the WWE address along with it with my special guest, and I'll get into more and elaborate more of their feud right after roadblock. I apologize because, like I said, it's been 2 weeks due to conflicts and circumstances for me trying to get my special guest on here, which he does send his apology. Now on to a match that I think is a waste of fucking air. It was Curtis Axel, led by his shitty-ass fucking social outcast, which is fucking dumb, fucking retarded, and against R-Truth. Now, up to this point, it's as I know of, the roles probably reversed now, as from what I've seen. Goldust has been lobbying R-Truth to be his tag team partner. Kind of the same way that he wanted to lobby Booker T to be his partner. It had, through his insinuation of backstage areas and stuff like that. It hasn't worked out. So what does Vince do? Puts this match on the fucking card instead of the U.S. title match to fill time for the fucking main event. So Goldust comes out there, gets rid of the social outcast, throws one of them in the ring, and when that happens, Curtis Axel rolls up R-Truth. 1, 2, 3, Curtis Axel wins, and a match that was fucking meaningless to begin with, really. Oh my god. You put a match of that stupidity on the fucking main card. You couldn't take the U.S. title match and put that in its place. You could have put that fucking match as the pre-show match. Because pre-show matches are normally matches you don't care about unless it meant something. And then you go and put the Curtis Axel match in the pre-show, and you go take the damn U.S. title match, and you put it on the main roster. You make that the first match, or the second match. You put title matches back to back, then you put the regular matches there. It's as simple as that, Vince, but you didn't do that, did you? No, you put that fucking shit match on there to fill your time slot for, what's about to happen. Now, fans, on to the fucking main event. The triple threat match to determine the number one contender for the WWE Championship that will face Triple H at WrestleMania 32. And that is Roman Reigns versus the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose, and the next big thing in the Beast Incarnate himself, Brock Lesnar, accompanied by his advocate and the mad scientist himself, Paul Heyman. This match was a match that I really wanted to see. Like I told you, I had a prediction. Although my initial prediction didn't come true, but my prediction came true nonetheless. I was picking Brock Lesnar because I wanted to see Lesnar and Hunter number 4 after the circumstances that happened at Extreme Rules 2013, because I felt that Triple H was cheated when the sledgehammer was used in the steel cage match, so I wanted Hunter to get vengeance. Either way, I was picking Triple H. But of course, the match was all in all, it was a one-sided affair. Brock Lesnar beating that ass. Brock Lesnar whooped that fucking ass. Took both of them to Suplex City, in the words of Paul Heyman. Let me reiterate that again as Paul Heyman. Suplex City. Took those sumbitches there. Roman had already been there at WrestleMania. He knows what it's like to go through the city of Suplex City. Ambrose, on the other hand, got the majority of that. He got 8 of those fucking suplexes. 9 of those suplexes. Roman got 6. But what happens? Of course, they team up outside the ring and neutralize fucking Brock Lesnar. They put him to a table. And those two go at it. Of course, the fans want Ambrose. I am not a fan of Dean Ambrose. I hate Dean Ambrose. He sucks. But I have been proud of what he has become. He went from fucking slap fighting to actually wrestling and or fighting. I respect the fact that they're letting him wrestle. I don't respect the fact that they, are making him crazy, because he's not that fucking crazy. Yes, in Combat Zone Wrestling, he uses a fork. Big fucking whoop. I just don't like Ambrose. Do I respect the man? Yes. I just don't respect the fact that they say he goes into this place. No. He's not. He's not that crazy. I know people that can be a lot more psychotic. Like Kevin Owens, for example. He can really fuck with your head. He don't need a fucking fork to beat that ass. To be crazy. He was under the influence of Steve Corino, who I fucking can't stand, but is a genius as a bad guy. He was psychotically crazy. And he's under the tutelage of that. Then he went into his own by himself when he left Ring of Honor and came back as Wrestling's Worst Nightmare, feuding with Jim Cornette. That was one into himself. He didn't need weapons to fucking beat that ass. because he would already destroy you. But Ambrose has built a reputation as a main event star. I respect the fact they want to make him in the main event. It's somebody new. But again, the match just it went into Roman Reigns. That's what the match became. The match went from being a match into the Roman Reigns party. Because Roman kept coming back. Starting to sound familiar. It's sad to say, I've been on Team Roman since day one, and now I'm really starting to see that they ain't changing. They did once, but they reverted right back into it because he started to get booed again. Now I see the light. I hope it ain't too late, because I fucking know what's going to happen. But, of course, Lesnar gets back into the ring, beats that ass again, dominates the fucking match. But both of them. F5s both of them. But, of course, Dean Ambrose comes in and waffles him several fucking times with the steel chair, even though it's legal because it's triple threat, waffles Roman, but proceeds to violently beat Brock Lesnar's ass with the steel chair. Lesnar rolls out of the ring, and of course, turns around, Roman spears him, 1, 2, and fucking 3, and your winner of the fucking match is Roman Reigns, so therefore, he is going to challenge Triple H for the title at WrestleMania. Oh my God, Vince, are you fucking kidding me? Really? We've already seen this party. He's called John Fuck Cena 2.0. And I hate saying that. It's the first time I've ever uttered those fucking words out of my mouth. Because I honestly thought, in some notion, that you would not make another John Cena. But of course, no. You fucking did that because you're predicating to those fucking fans who believe Roman's something. They've grown tired of him already. When he won the championship, you had something going. I honestly thought, after he beat the shit out of Triple H at TLC, not John Cena-like, but different, and then he got cheered when he beat Sheamus for the title, overcoming your ass. I honestly thought you were going to go in a different direction and make him popular. But no, I started to gradually see, even though I didn't want to admit it, that I don't lie to my audience on this channel, or to my subscribers, because I'm truthful when it comes to that, even though I don't do it when I'm not on camera, but I am truthful to my audience members and to my subscribers, and to the people that watch my videos. I started to gradually see him become John Cena again. And it was predicted. I fucking knew Roman was going to win. It was a predictable fucking match. Although, I thought the Wyatt family was going to interfere. That was my little secret that I was going to, in my other 2 videos that I had done, that I didn't want to reveal. I thought the Wyatt family was going to interfere because of what happened at the Royal Rumble. It was showing signs towards that. But I'm going to give you a nice little spoiler. They're having their match tomorrow night at Roadblock. So, that only tells you, wrestling fans, that the Dean Ambrose incident at Fastlane, you know already where that's going to go. What sense does that make? If Lesnar's fighting Bray Wyatt at Roadblock, that's another prime example. It don't need to be at Roadblock. You want to put Bray Wyatt and fucking Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Because it would make sense. He already challenged the man last year who had the undefeated streak. Why not challenge the man who broke the streak, although I fucking hate that and I deny it to this day, at this year's WrestleMania? But no, Vince, you want to make it a month before at Roadblock and put his ass in the ring with Dean Ambrose. I'm going to give you those 2 spoilers for WrestleMania because those are 2 key. They integrate together. This triple threat integrated those 2 matches. After the incident of Fastlane, after what Ambrose did, Ambrose got his ass handed to his ass, got beat to a bloody, not to a bloody pulp, but to a pulp by Lesnar backstage before Raw the next night. He comes back in a neck brace, barely able to walk, and tells Lesnar he wants a match. Lesnar F5s him on the concrete and accepts it. What the fuck is the point? If you knew you were going to have Roadblock this month to fill time slots because WrestleMania is in April this year, why not make that fucking match at Roadblock? and continue the feud with Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family at WrestleMania. Because there was no mention of the Wyatt family up until this past Monday night, when Bray Wyatt indicated that he was going to, indicated it on television when he was fighting Dean Ambrose, that he was going to face Brock Lesnar and try to slay and try to conquer the Conqueror. That was the first time he had mentioned it since before Fastlane. It makes no sense, Vince. You're an idiot. You're fucking stupid for believing people want to see that. Because now you have 2 matches on the fucking WrestleMania card right now that, frankly, I don't care about. Because the world title match is already predicted, and that match is predicted. It's stupid. It's meaningless. It's predicted and meaningless. There's one other match that's happened, but 2 other matches that's happened, but I'll get into that more during my roadblock / State of the WWE rant, which I'll have my special guest on. But all in all, I thought the pay-per-view was fair. It was still good. It was in the category. Wasn't as high as the Royal Rumble, but it was there. I rank it maybe a 6. Royal Rumble was a solid 10 because it was a great pay-per-view. It ranked high above TLC. Their television product after Fastlane, though, has really gotten good because a lot of exciting shit has happened. 3 new members of the Hall of Fame have been announced, which I thought people that were deserving are in there. But their programming is getting higher, but their matches for WrestleMania are useless. Stupid. For 2 of those anyway. But all in all, I did like Fastlane. It was a good pay-per-view. There was some good matches. The Divas tag match was good. The Owens-Ziggler match, of course, was always good because it's those 2, but it was a meaningless match like I had stated. And the AJ Styles-Jericho match was the match of the night. Owens and Ziggler would be underneath it. And the 2 out of 3 falls match would be a close third. Tied for a close third with the Divas tag match. The Divas title match, the worst match of the night was the fucking Curtis Axel match. That was totally stupid. Should not have happened on the fucking pay-per-view. It was just a match that happened to fill up the damn time slot, which I thought was stupid. You should have put the 2 out of 3 Falls U.S. title match on the damn card and put that fucking match on the pre-show to fill time for the pre-show. You should have put that match on with 2 minutes left in the pre-show to make sense for it to go right into the event. But all in all, the pay-per-view I rank it as a 6. It was good. Programming for that, the programming leading in was good, but it should have had the same thing for the Royal Rumble as it did. I loved how they made the AJ Styles rivalry and Chris Jericho rivalry go into Fastlane. I loved that. I loved how, they incorporated Brock Lesnar into the title picture, but although I don't think it should have been triple threat. Roman should not have been involved. If Roman wanted a rematch, he should have got one on Raw, and then Triple H whoop his ass. Because now also, another tie-in to that main event is that tomorrow night at Fastlane, Ambrose is going to challenge Triple H for the title, which I deem interesting, but again, what point does it make? Because if Ambrose wins, it's still going to be the prediction I predict at WrestleMania, or Hunter's just going to get the damn title back, which I pray to God he does or he don't lose. But that's an interspersed match for tomorrow night's Roadblock. Well, fans, I know I've been running a little bit probably longer on this rant than anything because it's been 2 weeks ago. I tried to remember I had to watch Fastlane again to get most of my notes down for this because it's been 2 weeks. I apologize for the prolonged rant and it being 2 weeks. I was trying to get my special guest on here, but per his YouTube career, which is professional because he makes money from it, he could not be here today. He does send his apologies like I stated before. I humbly apologize. He hopes that you'll stick around because he has stated to me that he will be on my Roadblock rant right after that to talk about the Roadblock pay-per-view, and I will bring up the main event of Fastlane because that was the question and the point he was going to be here for was for the main event. I did my little rant, by myself. I will bring up the Fastlane main event right after the Roadblock rant so he can get his actual opinion on it, so you fans can get his side. But I thank you very much. I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm Hollywood Eric 86, and I thank you very, very much. If you want to subscribe, if you want to get a hold of me, you either can subscribe to my page. If you don't, come to my Facebook page and like my page there. I have all 11 of my other videos up. It's Hollywood Eric 86 on Facebook. But I appreciate you letting me take the time to do this video. I'm sorry that my special guest is not here. He will be here on my Roadblock rant. I guarantee it. I promise. He will be here and we will discuss Roadblock, the state of WWE, and the main event of Fastlane. But for now, I'm going to let you go. I'm Hollywood Eric 86. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and God bless.